Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Awkward Dungeon Master. This week I want to talk to you about what's in a turn. So, what's in a turn? Every turn you are basically going to get an action, a bonus action, and movement. The way that this works is your actions are things like a melee attack, or something like a spell that takes one action of casting time. Or if you don't have any special abilities, you can disengage or you can dash as an action. If you're disengaging, you can move away from an enemy without taking attacks of opportunity, or you can dash, which means that doubles your movement for that round. Bonus actions involve a lot of special abilities for classes and races. Things like raging as a barbarian is a bonus action, and then that would give them added damage to their damage rolls, and then also it decreases all of the non-magical damage by half, which is pretty handy. Or if you're a rogue, you could do the disengage or the dash actions as bonus actions, which is pretty cool. And then there are some spells out there that have a casting time of a bonus action. Things like Healing Word would fall into that category. And then maybe if you're a ranger, you could bonus action Hunter's Mark something. So there's a ton of different stuff out there for the various classes and races that you can choose from. And then also movement. So the roughly standard movement for most creatures is about 30 feet. The cool thing with your movement in 5th edition is you can actually split it up. So you could attack something. If it dies, you could move, attack again, and then if that dies, you could move again. So you can break your movement up in between your action and bonus action if that's something that you wanted to do, which is pretty cool. And also something else to not forget is that you can draw or sheath a weapon in tandem with your movement. You will also occasionally hear players talk about something called a free action. So that would be like dropping an item that you are carrying in your hand would be a free action because you're not trying to do anything specific with it. You're just like, I need this to not be in my hands right now because I need my hands for other things, like casting spells or, stabbing someone in the face. Also free actions that you can discuss this with your DM, but most DMs that I've played with will allow a short sentence of some kind as a free action during your turn, so that's pretty neat. Things to remember, every round you are going to get a reaction. So basically that means if one of your enemies moves out of your space, you could attack them with an attack of opportunity. That's considered a reaction. Or there are special abilities, like Tieflings get something called Hellish Rebuke, and that is a reaction. So if somebody attacks them with a melee attack and it hits, then they can do damage back to them using Hellish Rebuke. And I want to remind you guys something about spells just really quickly. Just keep in mind for 5th edition, per turn you can only cast one bonus action and one action spell, but one has to be a cantrip, and then the other one can be a leveled spell. So just keep that in mind whenever you're going through and trying to pick out what things you're going to do during your turn. Held action. So basically held action means you've used your bonus action and your movement, but you want to hang on to whatever your action is going to be, whether that be a spell or a melee weapon attack or whatever it is that you are wanting to do. If you are holding a spell and it is not a cantrip, you do have to state to your dungeon master what level the spell is that you are holding, because if you do not use that held action, you still lose the spell slot. And while you are holding that spell, you are considered to be concentrating. So if you take any damage before you use it, you also have to make a concentration check. So hopefully that covers some key points for you guys about turns. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have lots more fun videos coming your way. And as always, keep it rolling, adventurers.